Being at SGDQ in Minnesota, I didn't know what food options would be available to me. But now that I've experienced it, I can tell you the things that I ate and tell you what the best things were that I would go for over and over again. I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota for SGDQ 2025 this year, and there were so many restaurants and so many to see and eat at, and I just didn't know what to do. So each day there was a different place that we went to. Shout out to Cyphron, who was able to get me through the first half of the week because otherwise I really would not have known what to do. We started off on Sunday by going to Sushi Train. It's literally a train of sushi, as you can see here. Each of the plates ranges from $3 to $7, and they all have different things on them, not just sushi. There's orange cake for dessert. There's a lot of different savory dishes available, and I have to say everything I tried was pretty good. I only had a few plates, but definitely over the table we had quite a few plates at the end, and everything was really, really good. That was all that I had on Sunday, but Monday morning came around and I decided it was breakfast time, of course, so I got on my delivery apps and I saw Brothers Cafe. With them, they had an awesome breakfast burrito and some huge pancakes. The pancakes were super fluffy, so if you're into crispy pancakes, it may not be for you, but the breakfast burrito was so good. And it came with a packet of Cholula hot sauce and some cold queso to dip it in. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be cold, but it worked out anyway. And I really liked the burrito and the pancakes. Pretty good breakfast. With SGDQ taking place at a hotel itself, there were a lot of times that if it came to food or drinks, we would just go down to the hotel bar where they served it all up. And that night I got a peach paper plain. It was strong, but it was oh so good. If you like peach things, you will definitely love this drink. Also on Tuesday, I got another delivery from Topper's Pizza. I got a meat lover's pizza with some marinara sauce and the Boom Boom boneless chicken. That sauce was absolutely amazing and really complimented the pizza pretty well. For day 3, we kicked things off with Blue Door Pub. This was where I was going to have my first Juicy Lucy. If you don't know, a Juicy Lucy is a burger that has melted cheese in the middle of the patty, and it didn't disappoint. But before we got to the burger, we had some appetizers. The cheese curds are delightful. That's all I can say. The cheese curds are absolutely amazing. We also had some fried green beans and
Tots.
as my friend Thor said, we had some tater tots. So back to the Juicy Lucy. It had white American cheese, a special burger sauce, and your usual burger fixings. However, biting into the burger was a big mistake. The cheese was super hot and it was messy. But once I was able to figure out how to tackle the Juicy Lucy, things were good from there. So that was an early lunch, so why not have an early dinner? My friend J-Rock went to Hawaii Poke Bowl, where I had my first poke. It was the Dragon Bowl. I'll put the list on screen for you. And I gotta say, it was absolutely delicious. It was my first time having eel, which I kind of like. And I wish that there were more places around here that had eel. For my 4th day, I was kind of going in between places, so I figured the easiest stop would be to go to the hotel bar for lunch, where I had some soy glazed wings and their French fries. The fries I had smelled the night before from a friend, and I was like, these have to be good. As good as they smell, they have to be good. And oh, I was right. They're really good, crispy, seasoned fries. And the same can be said about the wings. They had a nice crunch to them. Of course, they had a nice saucy glaze to them, and they had a lot of flavor. For dinner, I got to have some time with some of my fellow SGDQ ambassadors, which I will be making a video on how everything with the ambassadorship went. So make sure you subscribe so you can see all of those details. But for dinner, we went to the newsroom. We had a few appetizers to share, like the margarita pizza that a friend ordered and the brie curds with blueberry ketchup. I will never forget that blueberry ketchup for the rest of my life. And the brie curds were just lovely and crispy and honestly perfect. For my entree, I got the bone-in short rib with mashed potatoes, roasted carrots, and the short rib had the perfect demi-glace on it. And then my friend got chicken and waffles that I was able to try a piece of, where the waffle was made of potato. So that in itself made it such an elevated dish, in my opinion. Both of the entrees were absolutely delicious. For day 5, I went back for lunch at the bar and had a burger with their house-made chips. The chips could use a little bit of seasoning, but the ketchup definitely makes up for it. And the burger, pretty much a standard burger. No complaints, but nothing to, really scream home about. Scream home about? Write home about. And then for dinner, a friend invited me to their dinner party at Margaritaville, where fortunately, looking through the menu, I was kind of stressed on what to order, but because of how long it took to get all of us served and get our orders placed, I was able to take some time to think about what I wanted, which was the seafood combo. The seafood combo had fried shrimp, coconut shrimp, and fish and chips with 3 different sauces available as well. For day 6, I skipped lunch because I knew I was going to a buffet later, but I didn't skip out on a slice of birthday cake. Our friend Cyphrin, who again led me through food the first half of the week, we were celebrating his birthday. Even though it was the next week, we knew it was time to celebrate it now since we wouldn't be with him next week. And so we got him a really awesome cake. I was so happy to see the joy on his face for that. Then it was time for Fogo de Chao. It's my first time going to Fogo de Chao and only my second time at a Brazilian steakhouse buffet restaurant. The things of note here were the cheese and honey. I don't know what the cheese was, but I know that I could eat that for the rest of my life. I also got to try lamb for the first time and I really enjoyed it. All of the meats were pretty good. Some of them were a little tougher than I would have liked them to be. Some of them weren't as seasoned as I would have liked them to be, but the different sides from, the salad bar and everything definitely helped out with that. And a lot of the meat was really, really good. And with that, it was time for the end of my travel. So the last thing I had in Minnesota was actually in the airport, Qdoba, because we don't have them here for some reason. So I got a chicken rice bowl. It was pretty good. I ate it alone. I was sad because I knew that my week at SGDQ was over. Then I had a layover where I got American dogs and burgers. I got a Chicago dog, and I also got some caramel popcorn. But that was my week at SGDQ as far as meals go. Again, stay tuned to subscribe. I'm going to be talking about how it was being an SGDQ ambassador and also just talking about my first time going to SGDQ in general. What was the experience like? So make sure you subscribe to see that information. But as far as my favorite foods, I gotta give it to Blue Door Pub with those cheese curds. Oh my goodness. If I were to eat those just the entire trip next time I go, I would not complain. Of course, Fogo de Chao. The meat was so good. So that's gonna be second place, but it's weird to say that I'm giving first place to cheese curds. These are not your ordinary cheese curd. They had a different crisp to them, a different lightness to them that I'm used to when it comes to thinking about cheese curds, that just made them so remarkable. And I'm already wishing I could eat them again. But thank you for watching. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're almost halfway there, but we'll see how things go. And again, we've got a lot of more SGDQ content coming up and just a lot of content about my life coming up as well. So I'll see you next time.